The old St Andrew School building was built in the days of old in 1940. Before the school moved to this location at Woodsville, Singapore, it was located at Stamford Road. With an increasing student population and the need for a bigger area for more classrooms and sporting activities, the decision to move was made in the early 1930s. In 1938, the 7.5 hectares of land at Woodsville was purchased for then $60,000. Reverend Reginald Keith Sobby Adams, assisted by Archdeacon Graham White, played a major role in the moving of the school to the Woodsville site, which used to be a sugar and rubber plantation. The Spanish Mission Revival-style building was designed by Scottish architect Frank Wilmin Brewer. The foundation stone of the school building was laid by Sir Shenton Thomas, the governor of the Straits Settlements, on the 10th of July 1939. Within a year, the 2-story building was completed and was officially opened by Stanley Wilson Jones, the officer administering the government of the Straits Settlements, on the 29th of July 1940, complete with its salmon-pink coloured walls, distinctive 3-dimensional fish-scale stucco texture, arched doors with green-stained glass panels, with the roof covered in handmade terracotta tiles with matching ones that pave the ground. In the center of the 4 outer walls is a grassy quadrangle surrounded by arched walkways and classrooms. It was designed to provide ample shade, shelter, and ventilation in the tropical weather. It was said to be one of the finest and largest completed work in Singapore of the time. But as soon as the new school building started welcoming students, it had to be closed as World War II arrived on the shores of Singapore in 1941. The school building was requisitioned by the British military authorities and used as a medical auxiliary service centre and hospital for wounded soldiers. The outer school walls were painted with black camouflage colours. After the fall of Singapore on 8th February 1942, the Japanese occupied the building and used it as a rations supply centre for prisoners of war and food store for civilian internees. Immediately after the war on 12 September 1945, the school was the first to reopen in Singapore on 1st October 1945. As the school population grew, the school grew as well, with the addition of another floor in 1952. The Lim Teck Kin Tower was also added in that year, and the outer walls were restored back to the familiar salmon pink colour. It was also a place of refuge from the regular floods at the Kallang River for the Potong Pasir villagers seeking shelter, clothing, and food at St Andrew School, which was on higher ground on Woodsville Hill. The building housed both St Andrews Junior and Secondary Schools till 1986, when the secondary school moved to the site across the Kallang River. The junior school left the building in 1996. Restoration works to the Grand Dane were carried out between 2002 and 2005. The old school building was conserved to provide a sense of dignity, continuity, and history for past, present, and future generations. The architectural and cultural heritage were earmarked to ensure perpetuity and now houses the headquarters of the Diocese of Singapore that serves the Anglican communities in Singapore and neighbouring region, and the Chapel of the Resurrection. The restoration project received the 2006 Architectural Heritage Award and the honourable mention in the 2007 UNESCO Asia Pacific Heritage Awards. Though the corridors will no longer hear the chatter of students, and the quadrangle will not reverberate from voices singing up and on again, this building has a special place in the hearts of the saints, as it remains part of the St Andrews Village today and for many more years to come.